Hi everyone, and welcome to our training today on aloe vera, its history and its consumption. My name is Holly Stout and I'm the Director of Product Development at Forever Living Products. I've had the fortunate opportunity of working with a team of global scientists, chemists, formulators, and quality people who ensure that here at Forever Living Products, we create products at the highest performance with stringent quality measures and safe ingredients. And I'm so proud to be a part of the team that has been actively involved in helping to create a lot of the new products that we are seeing pop up today in the portfolio of the Forever Living categories of products. And as you know, our aloe vera gel is our flagship product, and it is the product that really sets us apart from any other company. We've been doing this for 40 years. We are the largest grower of aloe vera in the world. And I think we know aloe vera better than anybody. We've been applying it topically and using it we've been ingesting it and have found ways to really capture this beautiful plant and make it work within the body and the skin the way the body and the skin needs it to work. But first, I'm going to take you on a historical journey. We're going to go back and look at the relevance of aloe throughout really all generations of time. So today we're going to first start with the history of aloe vera, and I'm going to tell you some really great information about how aloe was used in many, many generations before. So aloe is one of the oldest plants mentioned in ancient records. Now, it's been mentioned up to 6,000 years ago, but we have documentation that it has been listed as a medicinal source for over 4,000 years. It's been found on papyrus and hieroglyphics and has been mentioned throughout so many phases of history and has testimonials from rulers, kings, queens, philosophers, spiritual leaders, and even down to practitioners. So aloe vera has been an amazing component used for centuries and centuries for all of its fantastic benefits. So you look at some of the cultures who have used it, and we really refer to the Chinese, the ancient Egyptians, the Greeks, and the Native Americans, because they all have documented usage of their elixirs and their topical gels and the way that they have used aloe in both the skin and the body. And they've used it as a fundamental part of traditional medicine. So if you think about what a foundational product would be, this would be really one of the most foundational elements that they would use throughout their practicing for those practitioners. So, you know, it's been mentioned by the Greeks, the Egyptians, and the Chinese, and even it's been referenced as new as the time of Christopher Columbus. So aloe has played a significant role in the development throughout humanity and throughout all of these phases of history, and has been recognized for its phenomenal benefits. You know, the Egyptians, they actually called it the plant of immortality. And the first known written reports on the nourishing juice of the aloe vera plant, this is where it reaches back to 6,000 years ago. You know, aloe was regarded as a sacred plant. It was called the blood of which held the secrets to beauty and health and immortality. And interestingly enough, even the dead were embalmed by the Egyptians with aloe vera because they had a spiritual belief that it had an antibacterial quality that could stop the process of death and that eternal life could be attained on both a physical and a spiritual level. So they really believed that this was a fundamental plant, an important plant, to the point where in a respectful manner they used it to bury their loved ones. And so it was called the plant of immortality. You know, you go back to times of queens and princesses, and Cleopatra and Nefertiti also used aloe in their daily skin treatments. They believed, again, it was a source of beauty And it was regarded as, the usage of it, they regarded it as a pursuit of physical beauty. So they recognized the benefits. And you know, I would assume that Cleopatra and Nefertiti weren't just using it because of all of its known benefits. I would dare venture to say they used it because they found that it worked, and it worked in an amazing way. So if they used it as a pursuit of physical beauty, it wasn't simply because it was passed on through legend and rumor. It was because when they tried it, aloe worked and provided benefits that they could not find through other sorts of herbs, botanicals, and floral extracts. You know, the history of aloe vera is actually traced back to the Silk Road trading routes. You know, the Silk Route actually extended over 4,000 miles, and it opened up the ability to develop and expand the civilizations of China, the Indian subcontinent, Persia, Europe, and Arabia, and it really helped to open a long distance interaction between these civilizations. And it was called the Silk Road simply because silk was the primary traded product, but the Chinese also exported or sold just simple things like teas and salts and sugar and spices and even aloe. But you know, mostly it was expensive luxury goods, and aloe was considered one of these expensive luxury goods that they imported or bought. And they made these trips simply because the merchants, that was a long way to travel, and they made those journeys count, and they traded only the most valuable elements that they could take back and then use and sell in their civilizations. So aloe's been considered a very, very valuable and a tradable commodity. In Japan, aloe was known as the royal plant, and the juice was consumed as an elixir. It was so revered and so precious that it was consumed as an elixir. If you think of what an elixir is, it's something that's so special and is made with so much care and has such an amazing benefit. They turn it into this royal plant into an elixir. And the samurai even used it as a liquid for rubbing on the body to relieve pain from sprains and strains. The samurai extremely active in their actions, and obviously they got bumps and bruises, and they used aloe, this royal plant, to help relieve those areas of their bodies that took a beating. You know, we even go back as far as to King Solomon in the Old Testament in the Bible, where aloe is mentioned. So in Psalms 45:8, it says, "All thy garments smell of myrrh and aloes and cassia out of the ivory palaces whereby they have made thee glad." So you can see the references to aloe throughout the history of time has really revered this plant as royal, as immortal, as a physical pursuit of beauty, and has really been just one of those plants of all the plants in the world that has been mentioned and seen for up to 6,000 years. So you got to imagine that all of those generations and all of those civilizations, they were onto something. They knew something, and you know what? They were absolutely right. And at Forever Living Products, we knew that aloe was an amazing product and sought to find a way to really help people all over the world look better and feel better. So when you look at the aloe vera by itself, let's talk about the plant. It's one of the most studied herbs in the natural products category. Now, I want you to think about that. If you were just to look outside your window and look at all of the trees and the plants and the shrubs and the herbs and the flowers and the vegetables and the fruits, and you think of all of those species, and then you think of what we actually study from a scientific level, that's really important to know that aloe is one of the most studied herbs in the natural products category. Again, it's because they know of those valuable benefits, and of course they're studying to find out more and more every day. An adult aloe vera plant reaches maturity at 3 to 4 years, and they can reach a height of 30 inches with leaves up to 30 inches. So they grow, and they're actually a beautiful plant when you see them up close and personal. Now, there's one thing also really important to note, that there are over 400 species of aloe. 400. But we're not going to just talk about those 400 species. We're going to talk about the aloe vera that we use today. because aloe vera contains over 200 biologically active constituents, and the primary beneficial compounds are polysaccharides. So aloe polysaccharides actually provide benefits both orally and topically. And ace-mannan, which is a polysaccharide, is unique to aloe plants. And ace-mannan is the component that sets aloe vera apart from the 400 species of aloe. Now, I want you to just think about that for a minute. We talk about aloe and we say aloe and we know there are 400 species, but when we say aloe vera, that is the species that sets itself apart from all of the other aloe species, and aloe vera is the one that has those high concentrations of ace-mannan and has polysaccharides. So, you know, polysaccharides are really essential for today's overall health. The body uses them in such amazing ways. And, you know, with our aloe drink, you can actually tap into those polysaccharides with this wonderful rich aloe gel. So let's talk about the benefits and the science of ingesting aloe, because really at the end of the day, we had people throughout civilizations who applied it topically for all different uses, but we also have a wonderful forever aloe vera gel. So let's talk about the science of ingesting aloe and what that actually looks like. So we know that it helps to promote healthy digestion and really helps to soothe the gut. You know, today you're hearing more and more about the microbiomes in the body, and these are individually unique to you. You who is listening, you as a single person have an individual unique microbiome, and that's simply, it's like a colony, and it's a colonization of all the functions in that area that work together. And we know that the gut is one of those microbiomes that really needs help in remaining balanced. Because when the gut is balanced, a lot of the functions that stem from the gut simply help your body to not only look better and feel better, but to really perform better and to be at its optimal health. So aloe is really an important part to that healthy digestion and soothing of the gut. It also contains a prebiotic benefit that helps to support the growth of good bacteria. Now, when we talk about good bacteria, your body actually contains up to 3 pounds of bacteria in general. It's both good and bad bacteria. And of course, we want more of the good bacteria. And prebiotics actually help to feed those probiotics that really help grow and support good bacteria. So just like everything's a living organism in your microbiome, and your gut is this living environment that's unique to you, those good bacteria, they need food. And aloe has this prebiotic benefit that is the food that helps those good bacteria thrive. It also helps to work on the epithelial cells, which form our skin and our gut lining. Now that's kind of a big word, and you think, man, an epithelial cell, how is that relevant to me? Well, they're just simply a type of cell that lines surfaces of your body, and they're found in your skin, your blood vessels, your urinary tract, and other organs. And they actually are really important, again, as that lining, the gut lining. So it's a supporting structure of the body that simply helps with those benefits of the prebiotics and that good bacteria stay in a healthy state of balance. Now, we have recently launched a brand new Forever Aloe Vera Gel. Now, when I say brand new, we have been the forefront, the leaders of aloe as an ingestible drink. And we didn't think that we could improve on it. But as science evolves and as we learn more about the body, we are learning every single day ways that our aloe vera can really help people in helping that digestive tract and that microbiome and helping to support a healthy functioning digestive tract. So with this new aloe vera gel, we have so many amazing benefits that we've been able to retain, which includes a 300% improvement in vitamin retention through a new process. Now you think about that, that's quite amazing. Those vitamins that are so rich and nutritious in the aloe, as it goes through a processing to put it in a format where you can drink, and we know that it's at the highest quality and it's safe and it's been tested and it's been vetted with third-party labs, including the International Aloe Science Council. We know that through this process, we are actually able to retain up to 300% more vitamins in our new process. And we actually have retention of the natural components of aloe, such as ace-mannan. So again, we talked about ace-mannan as the polysaccharide, which is really critical when it comes to proper nutrition, just simply because they're comprised of the complex carbohydrates that really serve as your body's primary energy source. So again, you talk about the gut, you talk about good bacteria, you talk about your body's ability to absorb all the good things that we're putting in it, as well as the supplements that we're putting into our body in the event that we may not be on the best diet, or our lifestyle may not be ideal, or the climate or the environment, hormones, all of those factors that come into play. You simply are desiring to absorb the most benefit out of the things you're putting into your body and creating that optimal balance. You know, this new aloe vera gel, it has an amazingly fresh taste. When you drink it, it is so refreshing. I love it, really chilled. And I put it in a glass and it's almost like a cocktail. Like you can drink it like a cocktail. Now, typically, aloe vera gel, typically, you know, the pure gel is really tart. And so when you put it in your mouth, you might describe it as being tart or a little bitter. And that's a good thing, because what you're tasting is nature. You're tasting the inner leaf of an aloe vera leaf. So we hand fillet that inner leaf, and you're actually tasting all of the goodness from that. Now, the mouthfeel is a little bit different. It's quite fluid and light. Now, I can assure you, all of the polysaccharides, all of the ace-mannan, all of those vitamins are still in there. They're just at a consistency that allows us to create that fresher taste and to have a product that contains no preservatives. And throughout this entire process, we even found a way to add an even higher concentration of aloe. So again, designed to help with that digestion, for a primary energy source, to help your body sustain itself, and really as a way to help you look better and feel better. Our aloe vera gel really is a development through centuries of history. We know it better than anybody, and from plant to product to you, we have provided in a delicious, refreshing juice that has a tremendous opportunity for you to really feel good and to bring your body into balance. I hope this information has been helpful for you, and I sincerely wish you a wonderful experience as you're enjoying your aloe vera gel.